Hi guys, it's Wendy and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd do a tutorial that is inspired by one of my favorite TV shows, Legend of Korra. Now season 2 has just started, so I'm not going to give away any spoilers, so I'm actually going to do a tutorial based on one of the characters you see in season 1. And I don't know if you can tell, but this is my inspired Asami look. Asami was part of the, I guess, Team Avatar to help, and she helped Korra and Mako in their fight against the Equalist. So, and I just thought she's very strong, she's very sexy, and this cartoon is definitely a little bit more mature than the original Last Airbender with Aang and Katara. So I really thought that this would be a fun tutorial to do, and so this is something you'd like to watch. Go ahead and just keep watching. Okay, so to get started, we're going to start with foundation, and I'm going to use my current favorite. This is by L'Oreal, the Magic Nude Liquid Powder, and I am in the shade 320 Natural Beige. And I'm just going to shake it up, and I'm going to apply it with clean hands. And I already go ahead and used primer on my face, as well as concealer to conceal all my blemishes and zits and things like that. So now we're going to set it with the powder, which I'm going to use my Milani face powder. This is in 04 Light Tan, the Multitasker face powder. And this is definitely my favorite powder to use for setting. It just stays all day. It's really lightweight, you can't really feel it, and it's awesome. Okay. Next we're going to work on eyebrows. I normally use like a taupe or a brown for my eyes, but she in the cartoon actually have pretty dark eyebrows, so I am going to go ahead and use a slightly darker powder than I normally do. Just grab my Ingo brush, and I'm actually going to go in. And this is my huge, I love this palette, it's by e.l.f. and I'm going to use this color down here, probably a combination of these two, and they're just kind of like a grayish, like in the taupe family. And these are the eyebrows for Asami, which are kind of similar to mine because my eyebrows are just so thin and sparse that to keep it really thin and sparse really wasn't a problem for me. I just made it a little bit darker than I normally would. Okay. Now let's move on to eyes. As always, I'm going to prime my eyes with my favorite eyeshadow primer by Urban Decay. And a little bit goes a long way with this eye primer. Okay, now in the cartoon it looks like from time to time she's got like a purple plum, and then sometimes it looks like a taupe gray color, so I decided to kind of settle in the middle, and I'm going to go with a more berry. So I'm going to use my color tattoo in Pomegranate Punk, which is this color here. Can you see that because of my light? There we go. As a base, and I just applied this with my ring finger on my eyes. And I'm gonna do it all the way up, just to eat a little bit past the crease bone. So do you see the difference now that I have it on? And then for powder, I'm actually going to go in with this. It's a duochrome color. Do you see that? It's like, there's like a slight greenish undertint, and I think that'll bring out the green contacts that I'm wearing. They're more like my eyes are so dark, and I just basically had to work with what I had, and this is more of like a hazel green. It's not like that bright green that she has, so I'm hoping that this will kind of, you know, highlight a little bit of the green that I have in my contacts. So let me just grab a brush here, and I'm just gonna dab this over the color tattoo base that we just created. Going to get a little bit closer to the camera so you can see what I do with my eyes. So we're gonna go ahead and now blend that out because that is really, really harsh. So let me just grab my blending brush, and I'm going to use the Urban Decay one. And this is the dual-ended one that came with my Naked 2 palette. And I'm going to use the color Foxy, which is this first color here, because it's a nice neutral color. Not neutral, but you know, it's a flesh color. So it'll be really easy to blend it out without losing too much of this pretty color. What I want to do is go ahead and highlight and lighten up the inner corner so it's not all just one flat color. And I believe I'm going to use like something with a silvery undertone. And I'm going to use Verve, which is right here in the Naked 2 palette. This one right here. And I'm just going to pat this color onto the, I guess, the inner half of my lids. We're going to just blend out the edges again and blend the colors together. What I want to do is highlight the brow bones just a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and use Booty Call in my Naked 2 palette, which is this color here. And what I'm also going to do is, if I can find a brush, I'm going to take an angle brush, and I'm going to use the same highlight color that I just used on my brow bones, and I'm going to go ahead and dab this in my lower inner corner. Now what I want to do is I want to add just a little bit of crease right there of the same color that I used earlier, the original color, which is, oh, I never told you guys, it's by Ulta, the duochrome, and it's called Mesmerize. So I'm just going to sweep this into my crease. Now what I noticed with Asami is she has very thin, like very defined lash line. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my Urban Decay, and this is, I've got a tiny bit left, and I'm just gonna go ahead and water my line my waterline. And this is, I think it's in 0, it's that dual end 24-hour eyeliner pencil, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do this to my waterline. And I'm also bringing this black onto my lash line as well, just to define a little bit more, but I'm going to try to keep the lines really, really thin and exact. Just like that. And we're also going to bring this into the lower lash line, just about like right on the outside of your pupil. Just like that. To create her winged eye, we are going to go ahead and go in with a liquid liner. You can do it with like an eye pencil too, but I kind of like the deep dark exact line that I can get with a liquid liner. And this one I'm using is by Maybelline. It's Master Precise by Eye Studio, and it's in black. And I love the tip because it really helps you get into like the inner corner. So what I do is I start kind of like halfway point, and then I slowly work my way in, and then I slowly work my way back out. And that's the liquid liner that I would do for Asami. I actually want to add false lashes because she, in the cartoon, she has, you can see the wispies, especially towards the end. So I picked these ones. These are Japanese, so I don't know what brand they are. They just say eyelashes on it. But if you want to know, this is what the packaging looks like. And they look like these. And so they really flare out the outer corners. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this with my favorite eyelash glue, which is Revlon. I like these lashes because they're really natural. I don't normally wear false lashes, but I think these, you know, really add to a look. So you can see. These are what the eyes look like. Okay, now what's really important, I think, is sculpting the nose. Her nose, I think in real life would be like kind of skinny, and I have like a short and not so skinny nose. I mean, it's not like fat, but you know, you guys know what I mean. So we're gonna go ahead and contour it, and I'm gonna use a taupe color. And I'm just going to shade the sides of my nose and blend. So I'm using this, I like this one because it creates kind of like, I just dot this along my face, along my, the bridge of my nose. And it actually really, really works out. With the booty call color, which is the same highlighter that I used for my brow bones, and it's that color again, the third one, and just dab that down the bridge of my nose. And then just blend it in. So now I feel like my nose is slightly skinnier and slightly taller. Now we're gonna move on to my favorite part, which is Asami's lips, and she's got this beautiful dark berry color. So I'm going to use my Revlon Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stain, and this is in the color Crush. And I love this, look how pretty that is. So we're just gonna go ahead and apply this on our lips. And I love this color so much. Now we can stop there, or I actually wanted to try to layer it with just a little bit of shine so it's not so matte. And this is just personal preference. You can stop here if you want to. But I'm going to add a little bit of lip gloss, it's like liquid lipstick they call it. It's by e.l.f. and this is in the color Cherry Tart. And I'm just gonna dab a little bit of this on my lips. And that's the lips. Now lean a little bit closer right now so you can see it. Okay, so we're almost done. We're just gonna finish. We're just gonna go ahead and finish off with cheeks. Now in the cartoon, you don't really see her with blush, but I do want to give her a little bit of blush. So I am gonna go ahead and use the e.l.f. I think this is like the bronzer. The mirror is falling out of this thing. This is the e.l.f. Contouring Blush and Bronzer, which looks like that. And so I'm just going to use the blush. Going with my blush brush. And just dab a little bit of it on your cheeks to give yourself some color. And I'm also going to highlight my cheekbones, and I'm going to use the NYX Illuminating Bronzer. And this is in the color Narcissistic. And it's like that. I don't know why they call it bronzer, but it's definitely more of a highlighter. And that is the complete makeup look for Asami from Legend of Korra. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the hair Velcro. I also did my hair earlier. I just did a quick, just curled it and I brushed it out. And then she kind of has her hair hanging down this side. Sometimes it covers her eye in that very Jessica Rabbit style. She's got a loose strand that hangs right in front of her ear here. And then she's also got a clip in the back, but you can't see it, but it's right there. And for clothes, I don't have anything that really resembles what she's wearing in the cartoons, so I just picked a red top, and so I'm just wearing just a red top with hearts on it, and that is it. Alright guys, we're all done. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you liked it. Go ahead and comment below and let me know what other characters you might want to see. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.